Go for it.
So, Sam, do you understand the rules of the game?
Fuck, marry, kill. I got it.
Yeah, good. Does everyone call it that?
Yeah. You were shocked when I told you this.
I thought it
Wait,
was
what do you call it? Mate, shag, kill.
Shag, marry, kill.
maybe because I'm from a little village, but we call it snog, marry, avoid.
Snog, marry, avoid. That's very
Were you
nice.
10 when you came up with that? Or
I was 11.
yeah, okay.
Listen, the Americans are not so nice.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Encore Club, the podcast. I've done this far too much. The podcast where we invite guests on to talk about their dream concert, and today is no different. We have got a pretty awesome guest today. So we have Sam from Snacktime. How you doing, Sam? Woo!
Feeling great. How you guys feeling this morning? Afternoon. It's afternoon.
It's evening for us.
Oh, it is the evening for you. I love that.
We're across the pond. So
Yeah.
you're in Philly.
Philadelphia, actually directly across the street from a East London pie shop. So I have a lot of love for the food you guys have over there. I've not been yet, but I'm excited to go one day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think English food gets quite a lot of stick for being not that great, to be completely honest. It's a bit stodgy.
I've heard the same, but I've always wanted to go to what is it, St. John's?
St. John's.
Yeah, and also Stargazy across the street. Shout out, is delicious. So I don't believe anything that anyone says about the English and their food.
Quite right. I actually went to a food festival last week in London. I went to a barbecue festival, which actually was probably quite American, to be fair. But it was amazing food.
That's the beautiful thing about the internet and cultural interchange is that you will get. I'm sure there's a place in London giving super legitimate American style barbecue, and that's really cool. So I'm glad to hear that.
The only thing I was kind of missing was like the meat never falls off the bone like it does when you see it online in America. Well, from this perspective anyway.
You know what's funny is, I mean, all that is just time and temperature. I consider myself an amateur barbecue man myself, and all that is time and temperature, and making sure you're not overcooking it, but or undercooking it rather. But a lot of people say that if it falls off the bone, it's overdone, which I don't necessarily agree with. But it probably was still very delicious.
Yeah, it was.
Can you do a good barbecue?
I could do the average British barbecue.
Black sausages.
Black sausages.
I love black sausages. I love them.
Nice.
Across the street, they have a traditional English breakfast. I try to get as much as I can. It's the blood sausage and the potatoes and HP sauce and eggs and a big piece of toast, beans, the Heinz beans with the ketchup.
I love that.
Super good.
Amazing that you're into a full English. That's a good start. Sam, I've just realised we haven't really fully introduced the audience to you and what you do. So you're a musician in the band Snacktime. So the instrument you play, I don't want to mispronounce it, but is it sousaphone?
It is a sousaphone, and sort of a recent update over the past years, including with the sousaphone, which has been basically filling in the bass role. I'm now playing bass as well as like synthesizer bass to kind of cover many different needs. So I'm playing bass, key bass, and sousaphone, which are all sort of bass instruments throughout the years, which is cool.
Nice, multi-instrumentalist.
I think one instrument's enough for me on stage.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm starting to think the same. I might just start singing the bass lines. I'm sick of carrying everything around.
It's not a bad shout.
And Snacktime's a 7-piece like soul, funk, R&B, pop fusion. Is that about?
Yeah, it's super inspired by Prince, by Parliament Funkadelic, by D'Angelo. Also inspired by lots of really dope other collectives like in hip hop, in rock music. It's just like kind of like a sort of like in a way without the connotation, just sort of like a gang of dudes who just love to, but we're like a positive gang of people who like love to like make people laugh and smile versus scare people away. So yeah, you know, we have a lot of inspiration from hip hop to hardcore. We all went to jazz. A bunch of us went to jazz school, so it's pretty eclectic. But we're really proud of what we're doing right now.
I love that. I love that. And recently, you guys have released a single, "Sunshine," which is
Tune.
a banger. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's a
absolutely
good
love
tune,
it. We were
man.
listening to it today, and yeah, it's. I think on Snacktime's Instagram as well, you've got a couple of performances of it or something, or along the lines of
Yeah,
that.
we're starting to push out some content of it. It actually very much that song was inspired by. I remember getting to watch the. There's a channel called Palladium, and they would always show sorry, the name is slipping me right now. The Giant Festival in London or in England, I guess. Huge,
Glastonbury?
huge Glastonbury. I think about like those Glastonbury festival songs with hundreds of thousands of people watching, and that's sort of the goal with that one. And I hope that one day we'll be able to, replicate that for real. So
I mean, you guys have got to be on the bill at some point soon, surely. Like, you're growing like wildfire, so.
Yeah.
we believe in ourselves. We believe in positive affirmation. We believe in you know, betting on yourselves and putting it all together. So I don't see any reason why not.
Nice, nice. And when you guys started out, you were doing kind of like um, free shows in Philly. In is it Rittenhouse Square?
Yep.
And obviously, you kind of started growing quite a big audience off the back of that. So, how where in comparison to where you are today, how quickly, I guess, has that come up been for you? And do you ever look back and go, "Shit, I'm here"?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I mean, it's really crazy because in some respects it feels like it's been like 100 years, but in some respects I also remember the feeling of us all gathering each other and being like, all right, let's go to the park. And we were in the park 2 3 days a week, and it's like it feels like just yesterday that our first festival booking or our first like, oh man, we're starting to get real gigs. So it's kind of a crazy situation, but um, in a way, it makes me feel better to think we're still a young band
Yeah.
because we've been able to achieve so much. And 5 years in some respects is still very much a young band, and especially one where we didn't go on our first tour until last year. So I really feel like we have a lot to go, and that's kind of an exciting thing for me and for us.
It's
Amazing.
a good time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love seeing that. Like, there's going from, almost a hobby, or it's a get together making music, and then reaching that peak.
Yeah.
It's good to see. Sam, I don't usually go this deep, this early on, but I'm going to ask you a very deep question. Okay,
Okay.
if snack time were a sandwich, what would be on it?
That's a good question, man. It's a little emotionally close to me. So if I cry, just forgive me. But I would like to think if snack time was a sandwich, we would be a beautiful long hoagie roll that's handmade every morning by any one of the amazing bread makers in Philadelphia. Um, and this might just be suiting my taste, and I'm sure that everyone else. I hope they would enjoy it too in the band. But I would love to have a like some sort of beautiful crispy pork, but maybe like a nice little spicy long hot aioli. But then also like you think you're going one way, you get your arugula, you get your greens, you think you're going one way, and then you plop some like I don't know some like passion fruit jelly or some sort of like some sort of lychee thing. And I think that'd be really good. Honestly, I would love to make like a tropical fruit inspired banh mi, but like on that Italian bread with sesame seeds. I really like that, but that also could just be like, maybe you're smoking a joint and you thought a little bit too much about it. So we like savory, we like sweet, and if Snack Time was a band, it's to expect the unexpected and to just have fun with it. There's lots of conventional things happening all the time, and we try our best to do what feels right to us and write the music that feels right to us. So something a little bit, unconventional, but still familiar and something that you love.
I
That
love
was a
that.
great answer.
That's
and I want that sandwich.
my mouth was
Yeah.
it was
Like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think honestly. And I love to cook, and I'm trying to think of in practice how I'd be able to extract that passion fruit thing. 'Cause I don't really see passion fruit jams or anything like that, but like some sort of passion fruit, maybe a passion fruit vinaigrette
Ooh.
on the greens would be really nice. So that sounds good. I'll work on it, and I'll send you guys how it turns out.
Good
Yeah,
shout. Good
please
shout.
do,
And
yeah.
I've seen your Instagram. You're quite the chef yourself. I wouldn't say amateur barbecuer.
No, we've seen
Barbecuist.
some pretty amazing
Yeah, man, you got some
displays
dishes
of
going on.
yeah.
So I'm very lucky within my life to have become friends with lots of amazing chefs, and that's kind of the whole idea behind Snack Time. When Snack Time first started, it was a collaboration between myself putting together a band of maybe lesser known folks who were like the support artist versus like the main artist, and like a chef who may be like not the owner of the restaurant, not the not the head chef, but through that connection, I've been able to just be really tapped into a lot of food people that have taught me so many skills. And I love to cook, and I would never call myself a chef because, um, that would be disrespectful to those dudes who are in there every single day, really, really, really putting their lives out there, and it's tough. And I just actually listened to the Anthony Bourdain book, No Reservations. No, sorry. What's it called? I listened to it on Spotify. Anyways, Bourdain's first book, and it's something that it sort of just kept into me that like cooking and music are very, 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 very similar. There's so much preparation that goes into it. There's so many years of knowledge and schooling you have, not formal schooling, but just schooling by learning that you have to have, and then every single day you have to be on the ball. There's a 0% chance that anyone's coming to your restaurant to be like, oh yeah, I came to have like a subpar experience, or in the same respect, they're not coming to your show to be like, oh, they had an off night. Like, they really expect you to be every single day delivering the same experience that they saw on Instagram, and so, and it's not always, I think, received the most empathetically, if that makes sense. They're kind of just like, well, I spend my money on this, so I want this to be good. So all that's to say is I have a ton of respect for the chefs, as well as I do musicians that are putting in a lot of work to make a product very, very consistent and good all times.
Yeah,
I love that.
I think that's well said.
And I assume that kind of ties into my next question, which is I was going to ask kind of the origin of the band name, Snack Time.
Yeah, so that was it. I mean, like, my friend Jen Zavala, who owns a restaurant called Wanna Tamale, which is like a cool, like, Mexican, but like also Mexican American restaurant, very much inspired by like cool, like California style Mexican food. And she was doing these tamale pop-ups during the pandemic, and she had been around for a long time, but we had been friends, and she was like, hey, after we put together this first Snack Time event, and then COVID happened, shut the second one down, there was an opportunity for us to do something again, to play music for people outside while they waited. And so in the moment, we didn't have any generators or anything, so it was very much just like, all right, like, let's get like a little brass band together. So we got out there, started playing. We had probably 10, 15 songs learned, and then I think the next day we decided to just go out into the park because we're like, this was awesome. Like, no one had really been playing music with each other for a long time, so we went out to the park and started to go out once a week, and maybe 30 people showed up, and then twice a week, and then it just kind of incrementally got more and more popular until we were out there, 2-3 days a week in different parks in the city, kind of gathering a bit of a crowd. And Snack Time, we always say this, it's the intersection of food, music, or food and drink, music, and community. So it's just, we like to give back. We like to be involved with the community. We like to eat really good food, drink really good stuff, and play really good music. And that's kind of like what it's about. Prior to the band kind of taking a more traditional path, with touring and everything, in the early days, we were throwing these things called dream picnics, which was like completely illegally us selling like wine as a part of your ticket, with a whole curated picnic basket. And then we would do these festivals sometimes that we'd book from the top down with like our favorite restaurants. So we love food, we love being a part of it, and we hope that as we continue on, that people will kind of take note of that and want to make that still a part of our brand.
Lovely.
That's sick.
Yeah,
It's fun.
amazing.
Oh, isn't it?
Proper
Listen,
community.
it's fun. It's a really fun thing for us all to do.
Amazing.
I want wine and picnic with every ticket I get.
Can you imagine? That'd be incredible.
You don't get that over it.
Yeah.
You just get charged far too much for a slightly subpar show these days.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. Like, it was really great to work together with like lots of really cool Philadelphia businesses that are also my friends, and come up with a snack time ice cream, and then curate a couple bottles of wine that they could select from. And it was really special. And I, under no circumstances, want to forget the amazing things that this band was able to do without really knowing what the fuck we were doing, if, for lack of a better term.
That's incredible.
Well, it's authentic and real. And
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah, raw, lovely,
Yeah.
amazing. And recently you guys did a stint as the house band for Jason Kelce's, they call it late night show. Is that right?
That's true.
So how did that come about?
Philadelphia is a big place, but also luckily a very small and connected place. There was at one point a local PR firm hired us to be the band for Jason Kelce's announcement of his new clothing brand. And it's ironically enough, I've only missed probably 3 or 4 gigs in the 5 years of being a band, but this was one of the ones I missed. And it's a lot of people say that me and Jason look similar, which is not true, but big guy, beard, whatever. So that happened and it went well. And then following that, I actually ran into him at the W Hotel when I was doing some work there, and we kind of like looked at each other like we knew each other. It's like, hey, what's up, big guy? What's up, fella? And then one of my old teachers from UArts, we played a gig, and he was like, his band was opening up for us, and he was like, hey, I was involved with Jason's Christmas project, and he was, trying to find like a really great funky band that has horns. And I'm like, oh, well, he's like, yeah, I gave him your name. So then we had a call and set it up, and it was a really great relationship. We had a super great time getting to know each other, and it was really cool because it was his first time filming a show. It was our first time we've been a house band for smaller things, but this was the first time we really were doing the thing on national TV. So we sort of learned a lot of the process, and we were able to be almost like music producers for the show. I would sit down in the read-throughs and go through the script with them, and I'd be like, this would be cool if we did this here. And it was really cool to have the trust from the team, and it wound up being a really, really awesome thing for us to be a part of.
Amazing.
That's awesome, I know.
Yeah,
Love
really, really cool.
With that in mind, I'm going to ask another deep question.
You go for it.
So, Sam, if there was not an alien invasion, but if you met an alien, right, which is, you never know, it could be on the cards one day. What snack time song would you introduce to them?
I feel like this is a leading question because we literally have a song called Space Love, which was written a couple years ago, and it started as like a funny little song about it was going to be about like 2 people who were having a hard time in their relationship, seeing each other from across the club and not really recognizing each other and dancing. And it didn't turn into that at all. And they like fell back in love without knowing that they did. And then it just turned into a song about an alien falling in love with an alien and not knowing what their MO is. Are they just, do they actually love you? Or are they trying to scrape your brain for information and then leave you in the middle of a cornfield? So Space Love is a song I would show the aliens because I would hope they would appreciate our appreciation of them.
I love that.
Yeah, and I feel like you just described my relationship.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking, is she on that hype?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Is she gonna leave you in a cornfield?
I mean, she's left me in worse places.
The IKEA furniture was the funniest.
Yeah, I've been building furniture. She goes away on holiday, and I've been building. Do you guys have IKEA?
Oh, we have IKEA, and it's a place I'll only go with someone that I love. Like,
Yeah.
I've only been there. I do not like IKEA. I don't like the furniture. I don't like putting it together. But if I love you deeply, I will go with you to IKEA.
I do like the meatballs.
The meatballs are insane.
My girlfriend will ask to go to IKEA for dinner, and we will go get the vegan plant balls for her, and I will have a hot dog and some ice cream. I really
good choice.
do enjoy the ice cream.
Good choice. Right.
Amazing.
Let's dive in further.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sam, do you have a ritual or like something that you do just before you go on stage? And this can be yourself or the band as a whole.
Yeah. So personally speaking, before we play, I typically I get myself set on stage. I make sure my space is very clear. I may have a beer or something, and I kind of just sit away for if there's 15 minutes, I'll take 10 minutes off to the side just to kind of like get my head set. Then right before we play, we kind of get together and we put our hands in the middle and we say some sort of thing that has to do with the situation. Like, if we were at Glastonbury, maybe we'd say like, I don't know, fucking fish and chips on 3 or something like that. Something really stupid or inane. Doesn't, or if we're in Texas, we'd say barbecue or make them dance or whatever. It's just always some little thing I come up with on the spot. But then we say 1, 2, 3, and then everyone says snack time. And that's kind of like our centering moment. And I don't think it was really thought of that in the time that we started doing it. It was sort of just goofy and being like sports guys. But we to me, I think it's a really nice moment of like when shit's crazy. And there's a lot of times as like a band that's, we're not the headliner yet. We're not out there like with the love of every fan or the sound people. So like very often we have a very hectic load in sound check. It's all crazy, but that like 2 seconds just to center ourselves, something on 3, 1, 2, 3, snack time allows us to kind of like get together as a band and start and play the set. So it's a really good thing that we all do together.
Nice.
I love watching that. Like we've done a lot of photography and videos at festivals and stuff, in front of the stage. And when you see them coming on and doing that little ritual, like that makes me so fucking jealous that we aren't in a band.
Well, we are, but we just haven't done anything yet.
Or we don't have a ritual, that's for sure.
You guys need a ritual. What's your band? What's your band called?
A Dead Boat Race.
Cool.
So a boat race in England
is a face. It's
yeah,
Cockney rhyme and slang.
So a dead boat race is an ugly face, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, in America, a boat race is when you go down the line chugging beers.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like a competition.
Okay.
We were at a festival and a couple of girls said that we had dead boat races, and so we took it for our band name.
I think you guys are very handsome.
Thank you. We love you.
We'll take that. Thank you.
Right. This is while we're in the while I've been bringing the deep questions. Sam, who's your biggest hero in life?
It's a really good question. At this moment, I think my biggest heroes are kind of all the people out there currently in like war-torn places, places who are having genocide, like Palestine. All the kids and all the people who are fighting right now are sort of my heroes at the moment. I think what's going on is really messed up, and for them, I'll see on Instagram sometimes like showing faces of love and smiling through all this craziness is the bravest thing I could think of. So my heart goes out to all of them.
Agreed.
Fully agree.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And that's very close to our hearts.
Yeah, 100%.
I won't say
100%.
too much about it, but it's crazy what's going on at the moment. The world is it's a funny place, and like you say, you see them on Instagram and they smile through it, and I just think
we're so disconnected as well.
we?
Like we'll never fully understand what they're going through and like their day to day and everything. So it's such a crazy thing to try and fathom. And so it's horrendous.
Yeah.
And just on like a little bit less of intense note, I just think there's so many people out there who are fighting personal battles every day, and like that's the most extreme circumstance. But just everyone in every way is always having some battle in their head, and they think we're all alone. And we have this community through the internet. We have this community through life where no one really should have to feel alone. We should all be picking each other up and making sure that we're cool, because the world's really too small at this point for people not to take care of each other with everything, the ways in which we can connect.
Fully agree.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great answer, isn't it?
100%.
Let's set the scene.
We'll set the scene. We're gonna start going into the main reason why you're here, Sam, to build your dream concert. And the way that we like to start that off is we like to kind of build a bit of a picture around, things like where it's going to take place, the venue. So we'll start with that. What's your dream venue? And bear in mind that this could be your living room or the biggest stadium in the world or wherever you want. It's a dream dream concert.
Yeah. So we were able to play Red Rocks this past year, and that was like, it was my dream. It is my dream. To do it again would be another dream. There's never a time I think that would get old for me. But just for sake of picking something that we haven't already done, the Gorge seems like it'd be a really amazing place to play too. We were able to play so many iconic amphitheaters, and outside of the fact that the oxygen is really difficult to deal with, make sure we have a lot of oxygen on stage. The Gorge seems like it'd be a really beautiful place to play, but also, I really do want to. I don't know. Glastonbury is always in the same place, right?
It is, yeah.
That, I mean, I know I'm not trying to be like topical here. I mean, I think about that all the time. That concert footage from like 2011 Glastonbury, whatever they'd play on that channel all the time. So I mean, let's call it Glastonbury to be more topical. It's a bigger stage and more people, so let's go with that.
I like that. So main stage Glastonbury, yeah, the pyramid stage.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'm looking at this as a punter, so someone that's going to the festival rather than performing.
Unless one of the dream acts you're wanting to see is yourself, which is completely possible.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
still going from an audience member's point of view.
Someone literally did ask me, and I felt like I had to answer myself, but I think for this I'm gonna not.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, if you're going as a punter, you're going to this as a gig goer, a concert goer. Who are you going with? Who's your...
Here's my question for you. Am I still allowed to be in the artist area? Because unfortunately I don't see myself going. No, I'm just kidding. All right, if it's once you get back there, it's a little too hard. It's too hard. I'm spoiled. Okay, so I'll say that it would be great to go with the band. I mean, in any experience, like we see each other a lot, but I think like any time that we get to go see some music that's not us and like not on, we do it because we would love to see it. It would be awesome. And obviously, I'd love to bring my lady. I love to bring everyone else's ladies and just kind of have like, hopefully, a stress-free vacation of getting to see an amazing show.
Nice. Good answer.
Love
and I like that you want to go with the band, because some people can't wait to give them the elbow.
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of partners.
Yeah.
Is the main choice for the show so far.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the band being included.
Who would you go with?
I mean, we go to gigs all the time together.
If you didn't say me, I was just setting it up for me. If it wasn't me, I would have walked away. All right?
If I had to pick a little bit smaller, my best friend Ben Stocker, who I started the band with back in 2020, we've done a lot of stuff together. We went to high school together, and if I had to pick only a couple, it'd be us and our girlfriends. I think it'd be a really fun time to go as well.
Cool.
Lovely.
Yeah, good answer.
So, following on from what you said, Sam, in terms of your question about being in the kind of VIP backstage area, the next thing we're going to ask is where would you stand for the concert? So you have free choice here. You could be on stage, you could be backstage, you could be side stage, you could be in front of it, you could be right at the back. Where would you like to stand, though?
So, it's funny because I know that standing side stage is not the best sound. Like it's, especially with in-ears, and you're not really hearing it the way you should, but there's still a part of me, especially with these big productions, which we don't have that yet. Like we will one day, but we don't have like pyro and light shows and 3 monitor engineers and guitar techs. Like I love seeing the shit how it runs. Like I love seeing like, whether if there's an artist that has their pedals being ran through another thing, or there are guys managing their amp modelers, or there's a string that goes down. How I love seeing that. I think it's so cool to see. We played Boston Calling. We saw Public Enemy side stage, and it's unreal. It's unreal to see. So I always love being side stage just to be part of the action.
I'd agree with that.
Nice.
And like when we've done, festival stuff, I love watching it from there.
Yeah,
Seeing the crowd in its entirety.
You never understand truly how many or how big the sea of people looks.
Yeah.
Until you're on the stage looking out, especially at night when you see like phone lights go up and stuff like that. It's insane.
It's really unfathomable.
Right, listen, let's play a little cheeky game.
A little cheeky game.
Are you up for it?
I think we should play repeat delete.
All right, good choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hit Sam with it.
Play repeat delete. The idea is it's shag, marry, kill, but we're going to give you 3 acts. So you one that you kind of play once or twice, one that you have on repeat forever, and one that you have to delete out of existence.
Okay.
We're going to tell you the 3 acts. Unfortunately, they're all going to be legends, so someone's getting deleted here, and don't worry, it's not the end of the world.
Not personal.
I'm going to let you pick the acts.
Okay. Well, look, I'm going to pick these 3, right?
Go for it.
So, Sam, do you understand the rules of the game?
Yeah, fuck, marry, kill. I got it.
Yeah, good. Is everyone good at that?
Yeah. You were shocked when I told you this.
Wait, what do you call it? Mate, shag, kill?
Shag, marry, kill.
Maybe because I'm from a little village, but we call it snog, marry, avoid.
Snog, marry, avoid. That's very nice.
Were you 10 when you came up with that, or
I was 11.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, listen. The Americans are not so nice.
All right. So the 3 artists, I'm going to give you Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and Aretha Franklin.
Oof. I feel like I want to, but we're not saying kill. Okay, that's great.
Or shag.
Just delete.
Great. I in my brain, I'm like, I don't want to say that any of them. So it's play, repeat, delete.
Yeah.
Okay. And repeat is like marry, correct? That makes okay.
Yeah. So one that you always keep in your.
It's gonna. I want to say it's coming. It's gonna come across. It's gonna come across as if it's easy, but it's not. I just have to say this because I feel like it is what it is from my personal experience. I'm gonna repeat Stevie, play Marvin. I'm gonna have to delete Aretha, and not for any reason regarding Aretha's music, because I think she's amazing.
Is it just down to caliber of artists?
Marvin Gaye and Stevie are just real big for me. So, unfortunately, Aretha, I hope I can listen to you. I'm glad this is just a game.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's not.
It's not. She's gone now.
She's dead.
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Let's get back to the gig, right? The gig of dreams.
The gig of dreams.
Who would your first support act be at your concert?
And we're not playing this, correct?
You can play it if you want to, but it's 3 acts that you would like to see at a dream concert. And although we're saying support act, it can be a legendary act, 3 legendary acts, and they can be dead or alive, or it's literally your idea of the most outrageous dream concert that you could possibly attend.
I'm gonna say I don't know what the vibes are gonna be, but I know exactly what the lineup is. I don't think this would be approved by many booking, talent buyers, but we're gonna go with it because it's my dream. I'm gonna have Turnstile open the show. I have been a big fan of Turnstile since probably 2015, 2016, and to see what they've been able to do for themselves in their own unique way, coming from hardcore, is awesome. And I think even more now that with their music's like a little less just hardcore music, I think that people would really like it as a warm-up. It's high energy, really exciting. Following that,
Before you go into that, Sam, sorry, we're going to break it up a little bit. So we're just going to ask a few quick questions about the first act.
Okay.
And then we'll break up each act. So we'll come to the second support act and headliner. Yeah?
Yeah.
Great. Sounds good.
Awesome.
So we know why he's chosen them, but what would their encore song be of their set?
Yeah, that's a great question. Personally speaking, I would hope they'd play something off of their first full length, Nonstop Feeling, and I would hope they'd play Blue by You. I think that's a great song. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was an encore song, even though I think they've since then gotten a lot bigger and probably have other bigger hits comparatively to this old stuff. I love the first record, and it's how I found them, so I would hope they'd play Blue by You off Nonstop Feeling.
Nice. It's probably a good time to tell you as well, Sam, that all the music that you mentioned throughout this podcast, we then basically build a Spotify playlist that we release at the same time as the episode.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
Okay, so that's the first act done.
I like it.
Let's ask let's do one quick question before we move, because I know we're getting on with
Doesn't
time. So
feel
I wanna.
quick.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Chill.
Sam, is there a song you wish that you wrote? If it could be any song in the world that you
Yeah.
kind of like, I wish I wrote that one.
God Only Knows by the Beach Boys or by
Oh, what a
Brian.
song!
Yeah,
It's a good tune.
that's one. And also, All Because I Went to the Store One Day by Father John Misty. Are two like they're two love songs which are kind of strange in the way that they are um, approached, but I think they're just the melodies are beautiful, the meaning is beautiful. They're both very well. God Only Knows is a little less bare bones, but All Because I Went to the Store One Day is definitely very bare bones, and God Only Knows I just think it's just like the world's most perfect pop song to me.
Yeah, amazing. I
Great
absolutely
choice.
adore the
And I
song.
get
So
that. Yeah, I get that.
yeah,
I get that. Right.
main supports.
Let's main support it. So,
Second act of the evening. Who are you choosing?
All right, so once again, this is my festival, so you can't tell me no. I
Exactly.
would have I would have some sort of amalgamated like Bon Iver, the National 50-50 set.
yeah.
Amazing.
Because I know they're collaborators and they're awesome, and I would love to see how they produce a show together. I love all their songs a lot, but I really am interested to see the visual aspect and what they decide to do, what songs they decide to play. Hearing, hearing Matt sing some of Bon Iver's songs and hearing Justin here sing the national songs, and I think that'd be an awesome thing, and also would probably mellow the crowd out prior to the final act.
Good
That's a
answer.
great answer. With that, should we give him two encore songs then, as it's technically two acts? Would you like two encore songs for that particular?
No, I feel like that's unfair. I'm gonna just pick my favorite song between all of them.
Love it.
I want to do Beth Rest. It's off the Bon Iver record, and that's another one of my favorite songs of all time. It's like so Phil Collins and so beautiful, and it just I don't know. It really is one of those songs that emotionally, the first time I heard it, like drew a lot out of me, and I would hope they would play that and do a big old arrangement of it.
Nice.
I love that.
So I was today years old when I realised you don't pronounce it Bon Iver.
Yeah, Bon Iver.
That sounds
Even I
so
knew
much
that.
nicer.
It's like it's French. Good winter.
It.
It does sound like.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think there's someone on the podcast would be like, "You fucking idiot!" No, it's not. But I think that's what it is.
I think they're probably
you're
just
right.
laughing at us, Sam, for having ridiculous English accents. Because Bon Iver, mate.
Yeah, Bon
No,
Iver.
I probably called it Bon Iver too for a long time. I don't remember when I made the switch, but
Makes me feel better.
and shout out to his new record. Justin's new record is absolutely incredible, and I hope one day that we can do some collaboration with him as well. I mean, he's a genius, and that new record is so good. If you haven't heard it yet,
No, I haven't. We're going to get on that. We'll get
We'll
that on the
definitely.
playlist
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
get that on the 100%. 100%.
Let's steam into another game because I liked the last game.
Okay, this is a slightly darker game.
It is pretty dark.
just don't make me kill anybody I love.
Well,
Don't worry, that's
That comes next.
no. So this is called Death Row Set List. So Sam, you are on Death Row. You have 3 songs to pick whilst you're on Death Row. One for nostalgia, one to rage out to, and then one to go out peacefully to, or your encore song.
Okay, it's a good question. I feel like to rage out to, the new speed record is really good, and it really hypes me up, and I feel like the title track, The First Test, would definitely be the one I'd listen to rage out to in the middle to kind of get ready. I think my peaceful one, man, it'd be hard not to pick Beth Rest. That kind of feels like a good one to go out to
Yeah.
by Bon Iver. And in terms of a nostalgic one, My mom, when I was a kid, showed me the musical Rent.
Okay, yeah.
And like I loved it. I loved it. And recently, I decided to watch it again, and I realized what like a beautiful and sad story it is. I feel like I would listen to 500 Seasons of Love. That one from my mom, just to be able to hear that one more time. That was a really important song to me as a kid.
Nice.
That's a
From Rent.
beautiful reason for it as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was very deeply transformative of a lot of the music that I initially loved, and you know, she always made music very important in my life. So, yeah.
Nice.
Maybe that's why I'm shit at music.
What?
Mum,
No,
if you listen to
no,
this,
it's because
do
you're British.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Bon iver. Yeah. Like I did this person's house earlier, and like they had the grand piano and they had all the instruments.
Do you want to expand a little bit when you say you did this person's house?
Oh, I was stealing it. Right.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Are you a hitman?
No, I'm a thief. No,
Yeah.
I do some property photography. Not too exciting, but they had the grand piano and like the music stand in every room, and I thought, like, you know, that's what I'm gonna plow on my kids. You know,
You're gonna make sure
we're having kids at the same time.
we're
Me,
both.
I told Ben, and I told Ben the same thing. Ben from Snacktime. I said, brother, we're gonna have to coordinate this, man, because we can't go. You know, we gotta make sure we're around the same time. So, I hope he and his partner are ready.
Both of our partners are currently pregnant, so it's,
Oh,
we're there with
congrats.
it. We've managed to somehow.
We
sync.
might not be the fathers, but fingers crossed.
Whoa!
All right. So, do you know what I mean?
Take us home, man. Get us to the headliner of this gig.
All right. So, is this a typo?
You've asked me this every
Can we
episode.
fucking change it then? Right.
No.
Sam, headline act, the peak of the night. Who are you having as your main artist or band or performer?
For myself, for Snack Time, for everyone that's ever wanted it, I would make sure that we'd have to do some scientific stuff because you know, one of the men are no longer with us, but a Prince D'Angelo set would I think change the world. I would love to be a part of every part of that process to see how they build the show. D'Angelo, admittedly, and I don't know, it's not like a secret, is so inspired by Prince and the way they, and so are we. The way we build our shows out, the way we try to make them seamless, the way that we have these extended things and these references, and they're so interactive with the crowd. I would love to see like a D'Angelo Prince show. Them just for Prince would go for 2.5 hours at a time, and just like would love to see how that would turn out. I know it may come across as cop outs for me to pick two people for two times, but I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think it'd be really sick.
I think it makes perfect sense.
I think so too.
R.I.P. Prince, by the way.
R.I.P. Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love that.
Before though, we go to your encore song. We're gonna throw you a bit of a curveball here. Because I know there's two artists on stage for this, but we're actually going to allow you the chance to bring out one special guest for one special song to join them both on stage. So this is pre-encore. It's a separate artist that is joining Prince and D'Angelo on stage for one song. Who is the artist and what is the song?
Snack Time.
We'll be Love it. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, and we're going to play The Beautiful Ones off Purple Rain.
Perfect.
Good answer.
I love it.
I want to see this gig.
So, the final encore of the evening then.
Okay.
Cool. Snack Time will be stepping off the stage to appreciate this beautiful moment. They'll be playing Sometimes It Snows in April off Parade from Under the Cherry Moon. All the bands are walking off. It's going to be a piano and a Rhodes, and they're going to sing the song together. And there's not going to be any guitar solos. There's not going to be anything crazy. It's just going to be a beautiful, struck down moment between those two. And I think it would create world peace.
Amazing.
I fucking love that.
Amazing. What a gig, by the way.
And what gig?
What a gig. Well, congratulations. You've built your dream concerts. Before we kind of let you go, though, and we've got enough time for this, we've got a few very quick would you rather questions that we're going to fire at you.
Cool.
So I'll kick this off.
All right, selfish.
I am. Would you rather open for Beyonce or be a mystery guest at Glastonbury for one of the headliners?
I'm gonna say be a mystery guest at Glastonbury, just because of the reason that, and Beyonce is incredible. Those type of shows are very long, and a lot of the times, if you get that opportunity, and not to say I'm scoffing at the chance to open up for Beyonce, but a lot of the times you're playing to a mostly empty stadium as the opener for an act like that, and I think to have a captive crowd, or not captive, a captivated rather, a captivated crowd, and come out with all of our energy and our jerseys and stuff and get that pop would be a really, really magic moment, for sure.
Amazing.
I can see you guys at Glastonbury, soon enough.
Easily, by the way.
100%.
I've been there.
It's
I
the
was there for the
perfect
last
band
couple
for
of
it.
years, and like, there's
It'll go
so
down so
much
well.
space
Yeah,
for you.
no.
I think it would be awesome. We are, I think we do our best at festivals. Our live act is kind of the reason you guys know about us. We're working really hard on our recorded stuff, and it's getting better all the time. But the reason we were able to have all these opportunities is because of our undeniable live set. So I hope that England can come see it sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm desperate for that. We can't
Lovely.
wait for that. And I fully believe it will happen,
100%.
All right, these questions are very strange, but, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Would you rather be able to teleport to your gigs or be able to read the audience's minds?
Oh, I don't want to hear anything. I would go crazy. I'd go absolutely. I don't want to know anything. I want them to smile and clap and dance. And if I hear like, yeah, that guy's got a weird shaped head, like, oh man, what the hell are they doing up there? Like, no, I'd love to transfer. I'd love to teleportate. I love to travel and to miss that opportunity. Getting to see, we drove all the way across America in an RV last year and got to see the beautiful mountains and got to see everything. And all I'm saying is that I'm not picking this because I want it so much more. It's that I do not so badly want to read the audience's mind.
Yeah, good answer. Thing is, I'm paranoid enough, let alone hearing them
Yeah.
thinking how shit I am.
It'll be too much. There'll be too much.
If they like it, they'll let us know, and if not, we won't hear from them. And that's okay too.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
So, another one. Would you rather have unlimited snacks or unlimited backline gear?
Like always there all the time. Like never have to bring my gear again.
Yeah, and you can have literally anything that you want ever.
I am free backline gear undoubtedly. Snacks are great. Food is awesome. I'd save my body a lot of pain because we don't have roadies at the moment. We don't have techs. We don't have anyone loading the truck for us. It's us carrying all the stuff in and out. So maybe if we had a crew, I would take the snacks. But until then, I will take the backline gear every time.
All day long.
Awesome.
I would do the same. Enjoy these moments though, Sam, because I think soon enough you'll have a crew and you won't be lugging your amps around and all of that anymore.
I'm not trying to rush at all. I'm enjoying every second of it all. It's amazing. I oftentimes have to remind myself what a dream it is that we have been able to achieve, and it's just starting.
Yeah.
We played Roots Picnic last year, which we always wanted to do. Or sorry, we played Roots Picnic this year, which we always wanted to do, just last week. And before that, we got to do Boston Calling, and then after that, we're doing the Newport Folk Festival. Like every single day, something amazing happens, and I'm trying to remember to enjoy the process, not just the result. So,
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think that's so important. I don't know who that is.
Then I'll ask it because you're ridiculous for not knowing
I'm
who
going
this
to
is.
ask it.
Okay.
I didn't say I'm not going to ask it.
I'm excited to know who this is now.
All
Sam,
right.
I think you're going to be disgusted with him,
Wait,
if I'm being
all right,
honest.
all
But
right, I know who one of them is.
you know who? Yeah, the last one is.
Yeah.
You don't know who the first one is.
No.
Ask him.
Sam, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, mate. Right, Sam, would you rather jam with Questlove or produce a track with Daft Punk?
Which one did you not know?
Exactly. He doesn't know Questlove.
Questlove is the drummer of the Roots, and that would be amazing. Hey, listen, and now you know, and now you'll never forget.
There you go.
That's a really, really, really good question. I think it'd be absolutely incredible to jam with Questlove, and he is kind of like as much as we all love D'Angelo, I mean, the sound of those drums is so it's him, and you know, it's him with the J Dilla influence, and I think that Questlove is definitely not undersung. You know, he's not like a unsung hero. He's very lauded for the reasons that he should be. But it would be really amazing to produce a track with Daft Punk. Can I have Daft Punk produce the jam that me and Questlove do together? Or I have to pick.
No, I'm. You know what? It's your
We'll
last
allow.
one. We're allowing it. What a great
Thank you.
choice.
Questlove and Snacktime will do a jam together, and Daft Punk will produce it, and they'll cut it all up and make it like a 3-minute dance track that will take over the world and be played not by us at Glastonbury. It'll be played by Skrillex.
Oh, okay.
That's class.
What a way to end it, Sam.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. You are officially inducted to the Encore Club, one of the Hall of Famers. Thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, just quickly tell the audience what you got going on. You know, anything coming up with Snacktime.
Yeah.
Go for it. The floor is yours.
We have lots of cool new music coming out this year. Keep it locked on Snacktime on Instagram, snacktimephilly.com for all of our other socials. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that. We will be at Newport Folk Festival in July. We're going to be on tour with Fits and the Tantrums on the East Coast for a bit in August. We'll be in Canada in June, in Ottawa and Montreal. Anything you want to know, hit me up on Instagram. I run the Snacktime account, and I'd be glad to answer any questions. And thanks for taking the time to listen, y'all, and thanks for having me on the Encore Club. Glad to be a part of the crew.
It was a pleasure, Sam. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys so much.
Snacktime on the Encore Club. Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, go and find Snacktime. Go and like them, follow them, do everything you need to do. Run up all their Instagram reels, everything. Go nuts with it. Sam, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Stay in touch, guys. Much love.
100%. Thank you so much. Cheers for joining us.